M.
Well, good morning.
Is it Halloween yet?
Just past 7.
Oh.
Is it Halloween yet?
Yeah.
No, it feels like Halloween.
A lot of people getting their decorations out.
Oh, yeah. That time of year. Hang on, I got to check this thing.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
We're getting set up with the live stream. So if
check us out.
Oh, is it up?
Yeah, it's there.
Look at that.
We're
7 o'clock
live.
on the dot.
Mm-hmm. Right on our Facebook page and our YouTube. If you want to watch us, you can do that.
X.
And stare at us for just, a comfortable amount of time. Not too long to make it weird. Just a comfortable amount of time.
Yeah.
Going to be sunny today, mostly cloudy tonight, low down to, or high 75, low down to 60 tonight with a small chance for rain, then a 50-50 shot for some rain tomorrow with a high 75. So we got that going for us. Other things going on this morning. Let's find out what's happening in the news. It's brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. The UAW strike is 10 days in, and already local companies are starting to feel the effects. Vail Harding is the president of Vail Rubber Works in St. Joseph. He says Vail is a Tier 3 supplier to automakers, supplying equipment that helps the auto manufacturers make parts. Harding says they are already feeling some impacts, and other suppliers are as well.
The impact has already been felt and actions have been taken in response to the slowdown. The expansion of the strike is going to have an even deeper impact.
Vail Rubber has about 125 employees locally. A portion of those are a steelworkers union. He says the longer the UAW strike goes, the more his company will feel it.
We expect that budgets will continue to tighten. Demand for the product will slow, and dependent upon how pervasive the strike is or how long it persists, it could have far-reaching effects on our fairly well-insulated business.
Harding says his big picture concern is for his employees. The more widespread the strike and the longer it goes, the better chance there is his employees will have to cross some picket lines in Detroit and elsewhere to deliver parts. He says that can be a tricky situation. The case against a man involved in a crash that killed a Van Buren County road worker is moving forward. WSJM's Andrew Green reports.
A man charged in a fatal crash that killed a worker for the Van Buren County Road Commission this year will be going to trial on charges of drunk driving causing death, a moving violation in a work zone causing death, and driving without insurance. 31-year-old Logan Brown of Hartford was in the Van Buren County courtroom Friday for a hearing. He was asking the judge to rule there's not enough evidence to bound his case over for trial. Van Buren County prosecutor Susan Zuderveen tells us the judge denied the motion. She says that several road commission workers were in the courtroom Friday and it was, quote, heartbreaking. Zuderveen says the defense did ask for an adjournment so it could have more time to work with experts on the case, and the judge agreed to that. Therefore, the trial will not be held in October as originally scheduled. She says the judge indicated the trial will likely be held in November or December. Brown is facing up to 15 years in prison for the crash. Andrew Green, WSJM News.
The Berrien County Parks Department is asking everyone for input on a possible design of a new playground at Silver Beach. Parks Director Jill Adams tells us the county has received a grant of $850,000 for new playground equipment, and a fundraising campaign is underway to collect another $400,000 so they can reach their goal of $1.25 million. As this is taking place, her staff will be at Silver Beach this Thursday to show off 3 design concepts for the new playground.
The county parks staff is excited to be able to invite the public out to view multiple concepts of playgrounds that may one day very soon be built right there at Silver Beach. And we would love to get some input and feedback from neighbors and friends and big kids, little kids, kids at heart, anyone who's enjoyed Silver Beach over the years.
Adams says each concept would cost about the same. Anyone can stop by Silver Beach on Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. to see the concepts and talk with parks staff. They'll be near the current playground. If it rains, the display will be held at Shadowland on Silver Beach. Adams says the concepts are also available to see online, along with forums to make comments. We have a link to that on our website, WSJM.com. Lakeshore Public Schools has hired Jaron Blood to be the new director of student services. Blood is currently the director of special education at Niles Community Schools. In his new role, he will be responsible for providing leadership and support to students, staff, and families. He'll also work to ensure all students have access to the services and support they need to succeed. Lakeshore Superintendent Greg Eating says Blood is a highly qualified and experienced leader who will be a great asset to our school community. Blood says he's honored to join the Lancer team. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
And coming up here in just a little bit, we'll catch you up with sports and what's going around the nation and the world with ABC News.
A tentative deal to end the writers' strike in Hollywood, but writers like Bill Wolkoff still haven't seen it and says he trusts the bargaining committee, though.
I know they would not have told us a tentative deal was reached and told us that picketing is suspended if it wasn't exemplary.
The union still has to ratify it. Store owners in Oakland, California, not part of a union, but they say they're striking just the same. Tomorrow, they say they'll walk out of their stores to protest a spike in crime in their neighborhoods. This owner says he's had it.
This is not the only protest that we're going to be doing. This is the first, and it will not be the last. And if it takes us to go to Sacramento to raise our voice for the politicians to hear our voice, we will do it.
End of the week, the deadline for reaching a tentative spending deal in Washington before the government shuts down. Not much progress made over the weekend. Officials in Maui begin lifting restrictions today on the city of Lahaina for the first time since those wildfires devastated the historic town. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Your sports update on the morning show is brought to you by True Blue Financial. Independent, uncomplicated, dedicated.
NFL from Sunday, the Detroit Lions beat the Atlanta Falcons 20-6. Jared Goff was 22 of 33 for 243 yards and a touchdown and one interception. He also ran for a 3-yard touchdown in the Lions' win. The Lions are at Green Bay this Thursday. It was the Colts over the Baltimore Ravens 22-19 in overtime, and the Kansas City Chiefs got 3 touchdown passes from Patrick Mahomes in a 41-10 win over the Chicago Bears. The Bears have lost 13 straight going back to last season. Monday Night Football tonight has 2 games. Philadelphia at Tampa Bay at 7:15, and the LA Rams are at Cincinnati at 8:15. Major League Baseball from Sunday, the Tigers close out the road portion of the schedule with a 2-0 win at Oakland. The White Sox beat the Boston Red Sox 3-2 in a game that was shortened to 6 innings because of rain, and the Cubs pulled off the 3-game sweep of Colorado with a 4-3 win yesterday. The Cubs, Tigers, and the White Sox are all off today. And the new college football rankings, Georgia is still number 1, followed by Michigan, Texas, Ohio State, and Florida State. Notre Dame drops to number 11. With sports, I'm Dave Wolf.
Sometimes you just don't know where to start. So we're a starting point.
That's the new director of the Women's Business Center at Cornerstone Alliance, Kristen Patzer.
We're that sounding board to talk through your ideas. You know, there's market research and statistics that come into play. And so we're here to really talk through from the idea phase and beyond.
From helping you develop your business plan to matching you with financial assistance and networking, the Women's Business Center helps entrepreneurs turn their ideas into thriving businesses.
Saying good morning to all y'all watching on the live stream. Be sure to subscribe.
I watched a horrible movie. Well, it's not horrible. It's fun. It's campy. But we started watching a movie yesterday, Puppet Master. You ever seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces of Puppet Master. I've heard it's a cult classic, isn't it? I mean, it was popular when it came out.
But one of the characters, I think she's supposed to be either Southern or from Louisiana or something like. But it's the worst accent ever.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
You know who's really bad at accents is Nicolas Cage.
Oh, come on. He's a genius at everything he does.
No, the movie Con Air.
Yeah, that's great.
Was a great movie. Except for his accent. If he had just had the regular old accent, or maybe even like, I don't know why he had to be from like Texas.
Yeah,
like
was he supposed to be from Texas?
I don't know.
Yeah,
a nondescript Southern state, I think, is where he was supposed to be from.
Just weird.
But I was like, why can't he just have like his thick New York accent that he's had that he really grew up with? Like, just do that. That would have been better.
He was more wholesome with his accent.
Right. He had to be a Texas Marine or whatever. It was like, but other parts of that movie were fantastic. I mean,
Steve Buscemi's in there.
Steve Buscemi. You've got Cusack. You've got I think Dave Chappelle's in that one.
Yeah. And
You've got
who's the criminal mastermind guy?
Oh, John Malkovich.
That's who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames is in
He was
that.
so good. He was so young back then.
You've got a star-studded cast of characters in that one, and everybody had a great performance except for Nicolas Cage. And his hair was nasty too. He had this like weird, like
it's a weave or something.
Skullet kind of thing.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. The guy from Star Trek was in there. Like one of the Star Trek spin-offs.
The Star Trek guy.
He was the one who owned the Corvette that slammed into the ground.
Oh, yeah. He was on Next Generation. That guy. Yeah.
He
was good too.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, they're all good.
So yeah, Con Air worth watching, but just kind of
watch the accents.
Just deal with the accent.
And
for a little
Puppet
while.
Master, we're getting through it.
Okay.
But it's fun.
All right.
Sunny skies to start today will become mostly cloudy as the day goes on. Temperatures are going to top out at 75 inland, low 70s along the lake shore. Tonight, cloudy skies with scattered showers developing will drop to 60. And then we'll see off and on rain showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday with a high of 75. We'll see rain showers again on Wednesday, and then some cooler air follows that. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Hey, it's Fred Upton, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
You can not only listen to this fine award-winning program, you can also listen to it and watch it live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to check out our live stream, we'd love for you to do that, where we also have little side conversations about all kinds of different stuff. We're just talking about horror movies. Puppet Master is a movie that you said you started. You had not watched it back in the day?
No, I had never seen it.
It came out like early 90s, I believe.
Late 80s.
Late
89.
80s, early 90s. Okay, 89.
89.
All right.
And it feels like, if you remember the series The Love Boat, it feels like the producers of that decided to make a horror movie and didn't really leave the camp behind.
Because I know you like horror movies.
I do like horror. I do appreciate them, yes.
When Halloween comes around, do you ramp up your Halloween/horror movie
Do I
watching?
watch more? Maybe. I mean, I think it becomes more of a curated collection at that time. Because you want to make sure you're hitting the oldies but goodies. Like last year we watched was it Halloween 3, Season of the Witch? That's a fun one because it totally departed from the Michael Myers bit.
Right.
It's all about a costume company or a costume factory that went bad.
Yeah. He's not even in it, is he?
No.
Well,
no, he might make a cameo. I know Jamie Lee Curtis is like the voice of a phone call.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Yeah, because that's one of those franchises that, I mean, they've made a million of those movies. But why they decided to veer off away from him, it makes no sense. But I mean, I guess it's kind of like Friday the 13th. You had the whole Jason Voorhees thing throughout most of it, but the first one didn't even have him in it. He wasn't even in it. He wasn't the killer. It was his mom.
Oh.
So then they really ramped up the whole Jason killing everybody thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they made about 30 of those movies.
Yeah,
Puppet
those are
Master,
great.
I believe they've made, just from a quick Google search.
Oh, dear.
They made at least 10 of them.
No way.
Yeah, there's one that came out back in 2012.
Oh, geez.
Puppet Master 10.
Are these on film somewhere?
Maybe. That's the one thing I do like is I'm a fan of the black and white movies, the Mummy, Frankenstein and all of those, and old school Dracula, Bela Lugosi type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I always grew up watching that stuff.
Okay.
So I don't really get into the crazy, Chucky movies and all those ones
Chucky's
around Halloween.
great. Yeah,
I
Chucky's
did
fun.
stay in the apartment complex that in Chicago where they filmed Chucky.
Really?
Yeah, or Child's Play. I mean,
Yeah.
Child's Play.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had an apartment out there, and I was able to stay there. And I was like, man, why does this place look familiar?
Does he have a little Chucky doll?
No.
Oh,
The elevator's cool though. It's one of those elevators that's operated by
the
an
old
attendant.
school ones.
Yeah.
Those are
So,
fun.
anyways, if you're watching some Halloween movies or scary movies, feel free to reach out with any of your film suggestions. Would you recommend Puppet Master?
At this point, for the campy value of it, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other things going on in the news this morning you should know about. We have a senator that's been indicted.
Yeah, powerful United States Senator from New Jersey, Bob Menendez, was charged on Friday. It felt like it was late afternoon. One of those, let's bury it in the news kind of
It
thing.
was like shortly after the show
Was it?
on Friday. All of a
Okay.
sudden, we got this this news release that said,
he's been indicted. Secretly aiding the authoritarian government of Egypt. That's the allegation. And trying to thwart the criminal prosecution of a friend of his in exchange for gold bars and cash.
Whoa.
Yeah, the indictment accuses him of using his foreign affairs position as influence for personal gain. Menendez has since relinquished his chairmanship of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, but so far he has said he won't resign from Congress. He does apparently have a news conference scheduled for later today.
Okay.
He'll probably just say, I'm going to stick it out, but we'll see. Other members of Congress, Republicans and Democrats, are saying he should resign, although Dick Durbin over the weekend from Illinois said it's up to him, presumed innocent until proven otherwise. The indictment, the second in 8 years against Menendez, alleges an illegal commingling of his obligations to advance U.S. priorities and his private interest in cultivating relationships with wealthy business people. It also includes charges against his wife and 3 New Jersey businessmen who authorities say showered the couple with money, gold, and a luxury car in exchange for official favors.
Wow. So does this mean that he's going to run for president?
Probably.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, it seems like that's the resume required for people. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, more than $100,000 worth of gold bars, $480,000 in cash hidden in closets in his house.
Doesn't everybody hide their money in their closet?
Boy, I tell you.
Wow.
Gold bars.
Yeah, that's the way to go. If I'm going to get bribed,
you're going to ask
I'm going
for
gold bars because you can't trace that stuff. Like, just give me a gold bar. Yeah. That's how I want to get paid from now on. Can I just at the end of the year just get a gold bar?
I mean, I get it as the inflation hedge. I get it as, an easy way to carry a large amount of money in a small package. If it's untraceable, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, I guess you can melt it down or do whatever you're going to do. But where do you take that? You take that to go buy gold or something like that?
I see the commercials all the time that they'll buy gold. Yeah, I wonder if
you
can
get a good deal.
I wonder if he can go to the local pawn shop and just say, I got this gold bar. Don't ask me any questions.
Yeah. Egypt, by the way, since the 1970s has been getting about $1.3 billion in U.S. aid every year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
$1.3 billion in U.S. Menendez hasn't been in office all that period of time, but Egypt clearly thinks they have a lot at stake.
Do you think that this will open up investigation? Because do you think he's not probably the lone person taking some of these briberies, making changes? There's probably other people involved.
You mean in Congress?
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, I think at some point, he is the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. He has a staff of individuals who help him prepare the docket for what committee hearings are we going to hold.
Right.
What are we going to consider? How are we going to get this legislation inserted here and there? And so I think there's probably going to be a very close magnifying glass, a microscope on all of those things.
Yeah.
From, if it has Egypt connected to it, you better bet they're going to be looking into it.
Yeah. And then you never know. There may be other people. Maybe that's why other people have said, yeah, you should probably take the fall for this. Go to jail so they don't open an investigation. Let's just let this go.
Fine. You can recover, run for president.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get out in 20 years, if you're still alive, you run for president. Why not?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see what ends up coming out of that, and then some other things that are going on. Speaking of presidential,
yes,
you see Jimmy Carter's doing all right.
I saw that. That was a nice thing.
Yeah, he appeared in public. He's in hospice care still, but 99 years old. He's going to be on October 1st.
Wow,
99.
That's great.
That is amazing. A great run. But as I know, his wife suffering from dementia. They've been married for 77 years.
That's great. That's nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice. Saw Jimmy Carter in person at a home for Habitat build. Habitat build down in South Bend area. A group of us were building a house for individuals there, and he and Rosalind showed up.
And he swings hammers. Like
does.
he doesn't
He
just
works.
go
He's there to
there.
work.
Doesn't go there just for public
photo op or
appearance and
anything.
photo ops. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's swinging a hammer and was still doing that up until a few years ago. He was just like, I'm going to work, man.
Yeah, Habitat for Humanity is close to his heart, and he's a great carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been featured in Fine Woodworking magazine, one I used to subscribe to.
By far, of any president that after office has just done so much. I mean, he did a lot going into it, but it's so much for the community and for the nation since he's been out.
Yeah, it's been nice.
I'm crossing my fingers he hits 100.
There you go.
Because I don't know.
1.
Would that be the first president to hit 100 years old?
I don't know.
It's got to be.
We'll look back.
Because all the other ones, I mean, they didn't last that long. I think he would be the first 100-year-old former president. You want to do a quick Google? Shall we wait?
I'm doing a Google. It says here Barack Obama is currently 100. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Kidding.
Bill Clinton?
No, longest living president in history, Jimmy Carter.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he hits 100. That's a big milestone.
That'll be a big one.
Big one to hit.
Yeah.
We'll get to some other news and things that you need to know here in just a little bit. Also catch you up with sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is next.
Just as the roots of a mighty oak run deep, Sturgis Bank is committed to seeing our hometowns flourish. We'll help you buy.
Jimmy Carter still, he had the peanut farm for a long time too. So he's a farmer. So he's probably working the farm for a long period of time
I wonder
too.
if his brothers are still alive. Billy. Remember that? Billy Beer?
Billy Carter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is not alive. He died in 1988.
Wow.
Yeah. Billy Carter was was Jimmy's brother, and when Jimmy was in office, he brought out Billy Beer. He promoted Billy Beer.
Billy Beer.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's the thing with a lot of the presidential candidates, or anytime they become president, if they've got siblings or family members, they all come out of the woodwork like wanting to jump on the bandwagon and promote or do whatever and become popular that
it's
way.
like the Kardashians.
Right, exactly. Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those will run for president.
Here's the label. Billy Beer.
Billy Beer. Yeah. All right. There you go. Billy Beer.
Billy Beer.
Have you ever had a Billy Beer?
Never had a Billy Beer.
No.
I don't think it was incredibly popular or probably incredibly tasty.
Yeah, probably not.
Endorsement printed on the can. Yeah. Brewed expressly for and with the personal approval of one of America's all-time great beer drinkers, Billy Carter.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great endorsement.
I bet if you had one of those, it'd probably be collectible. A can of that.
I bet it would. I bet it would.
All right.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Hopefully you had a great weekend. Did you do anything fun? So you said you went to Kalamazoo.
Went to Kalamazoo, set off a car alarm.
Yeah, why did you set off a car alarm? Were you just checking it out, kicking the tires, and you wanted to see if it was unlocked?
We're at the dealership, and while the paperwork is being sorted out and whatever, I'm walking around the showroom, and it's a Volkswagen and Volvo and Audi dealership.
Okay.
And so in the showroom, it's like a palatial thing. It's quiet, it's serene, everything's made of marble and glass.
Probably a fountain somewhere.
There's probably a fountain somewhere. Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. And so there's this one car in the showroom that catches my eye, and it's just beautiful. It's a 2-door Volvo sports vehicle, not an SUV, but a sporty type car. And the windows are open. And so I lean in and look around in it. And it's like, oh, this is kind of nice. So I try the door. The door doesn't work. I mean, it's locked.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, I get it. It's locked. I'm not going to mess with it.
30 seconds later, it goes off.
It starts going off. Is that a thing? When you try a door and
I know, I'm trying to think. I know Jocelyn's car does that. If you do not have the remote,
if somebody just tries the door,
about 30 seconds later, the alarm goes off.
No kidding.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah. Well, it didn't deter me. I kept looking at it.
Yeah,
until the sales manager came over.
Did you because in order to probably shut that off, you probably got to start the car.
No,
does he have a button?
He had a button. He had to go into the back, and he's like, shuffling over, and then he's like, yeah,
had to go get the key.
Had to go get the key. Then he didn't offer to let me into it. So I don't know.
He didn't say do you want to take a look inside?
Do you want to get inside? Yeah.
He could have had a sale.
That's what I'm saying.
if you would have sat in that car, you probably
I
would
could
have been sold.
I could have been sold.
You could have been like, all right, well, I got my car out there. Let's go ahead and trade this in.
He probably knew I wanted to put my 12-year-old in the car and just get a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just want to be like, hey, look at us in our new car. Yeah.
Silly stuff.
I've always wanted to be on a game show and win the car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like
You
Wheel
gotta
of
pay the
Fortune.
taxes for that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's cheaper than buying the car.
It is true. That's true.
I'd take that. I'd
Yeah.
take a $40,000 car and pay the taxes on it. It'd be a lot less than buying a $40,000 car.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, that is always the thing that people don't realize. When you enter a contest for something big, you still have to pay the taxes on it. So just keep that in mind.
They always get their due.
Mm-hmm. Let's check in with our Bloomberg Market Minute, see what's going on this morning.
Key points, including higher wages, staffing on TV shows, and a way to get bonuses from streamed shows. It appears they also reached an agreement on the use of artificial intelligence, which writers feared could destroy jobs. The studios still have to reach a deal with the actors. The United Auto Workers Union has expanded its strike to 38 distribution sites after walking out first at 3 factories, one each owned by General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. The latest picket line spare Ford after union leaders said they'd clinched more concessions from the company. More than a week after the strike began, the two sides remained far apart on key issues such as pay, benefits, and terms. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Getting close to 7:30. Today is going to be a nice day, partly to mostly cloudy, and a high of 75. Later on tonight, some clouds, low down to 60. Then tomorrow, cloudy and a 50-50 chance for some rain with a high 75. We were talking earlier about things to watch for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Got a text from Mr. Ford.
Oh.
Who is a teacher over at Coloma Schools.
Okay.
Said, how about the old board game Creature Feature? Give that a Google. Not sure if they made that into a movie or not, but Creature Feature.
The old board game.
Yeah. Have to look that up.
Okay.
Creature. Do that right now.
Johnny's typing.
Feature.
Then we're going to get to the news in a minute.
Yeah.
What'd you find?
Oh, hang on.
Anything good?
Made a typo. I don't know. Yeah, I'll look that up and check it out. And if I find it to be a good one, you can certainly watch that or put it on your watch list. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. A 15-year-old is dead after a shooting in Benton Harbor. The Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety says officers were called to a home in the 300 block of Brunson shortly after 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon on a report of a shooting. They arrived to find the 15-year-old Benton Harbor High School student with injuries. He was taken to Corwell Health, Lakeland, and St. Joseph for treatment and was pronounced dead at the hospital. The case remains under investigation. A U.S. government shutdown is looming for this Saturday as Congress continues its work on annual spending bills. It has a deadline of September 30 to get its work done, but one local lawmaker, Congressman Bill Huizenga, tells us that there's a standoff between people in his own party, and negotiations will continue this week. The Van Buren County Sheriff's Department says it has issued 9 tickets to drivers who ignored a construction zone in Pine Grove Township last week. Van Buren County Road Commission Director Brett Witkowski tells us crews were repaving County Road 388 between 26th Street and 29th Street on Thursday when they had to deal with a number of drivers who were, quote-unquote, behaving badly. Van Buren County Sheriff Dan Abbott says his office will continue to enforce code violations in construction zones everywhere, and violators will be cited. More than 9 million fish have been placed in state waters this year by the Michigan Department of Natural Resources Fish Restocking Program. DNR Fish Production Manager Ed Eisch tells us the program has been stocking fish since the late 1800s. Costs about $10 million per year, but it generates more than that, he says, in fishing license and other revenue. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Creature Feature, by the way?
Yes.
Just a board game.
Just a board game.
Board game that features a lot of the old black and white characters, like the Frankenstein, because we were talking about that earlier.
Okay.
So
you play the board game and then it tells you what movies to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gets you excited about those ones.
That's fun. Nosferatu is fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched that one.
Really?
No.
It's like the original Dracula type.
Isn't it like really slow? Like as far as like early 20s, right?
Probably.
Like the film moves really slow, silent movie.
It's silent and it's jerky and
yeah, I have seen that one.
It's fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to some other things in just a little bit. Catch up with sports. So let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. This is the week that the UAW strike against the Detroit Three becomes intertwined with presidential politics. Former President Donald Trump plans announcing his plans to visit the picket lines here in Michigan Wednesday night. President Joe Biden is planning to be here Tuesday to support the workers. Only about 12% of the union's membership so far took part in this weekend's expanded walkout. The UAW could vastly expand the number of striking workers at assembly plants and parts facilities of General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. After increasing a week ago, gas prices in Michigan are going back down. According to the latest survey from AAA, prices at the pump have dropped 7 cents. Michigan drivers are now paying an average of $3.65 a gallon. The highest price is in Marquette at $3.78 a gallon. The lowest is in Grand Rapids at $3.54 a gallon. Tonight's Powerball, $785 million. I'm Beth Fisher for the Michigan News Network.
All contractors working with Michigan businesses can win more projects by including energy-efficient rebates in your proposals. These rebates are provided by Michigan utility companies for contractors and customers completing construction projects using energy-efficient equipment. DNV, our local sponsor, can help you start your rebate journey. Visit dnvtradeally.com to learn how energy-efficient rebates can help you win more bids. That's dnvtradeally.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Union leaders and Hollywood studios have reached a tentative agreement to end the historic screenwriters strike. Members of the Writers Guild have been walking the picket lines for nearly 5 months. Here's ABC's Sonia Rincon in New York.
The resolution to the WGA contract will likely mean the quick return of late night and daytime talk shows, but without Hollywood's biggest stars until the actors' strike is resolved.
There's no agreement in place on averting a government shutdown in Washington. House Republicans refusing to go along with a short-term spending plan. The second Republican presidential debate will be happening this Wednesday as a new ABC News Washington Post poll shows Donald Trump up almost 40 points over his closest GOP rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez is set to have a press conference this morning in the midst of calls from some in his own party that he stepped down. Menendez and his wife will be arraigned Wednesday on corruption charges. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
NFL from Sunday, the Detroit Lions beat the Atlanta Falcons 20-6. Jared Goff was 22 of 33 for 243 yards and a touchdown and one interception. He also ran for a 3-yard touchdown in the Lions' win. The Lions are at Green Bay this Thursday. It was the Colts over the Baltimore Ravens 22-19 in overtime, and the Kansas City Chiefs got 3 touchdown passes from Patrick Mahomes in a 41-10 win over the Chicago Bears. The Bears have lost 13 straight going back to last season. Monday Night Football tonight has 2 games. Philadelphia at Tampa Bay at 7:15, and the LA Rams are at Cincinnati at 8:15. Major League Baseball from Sunday, the Tigers close out the road portion of the schedule with a 2-0 win at Oakland. The White Sox beat the Boston Red Sox 3-2 in a game that was shortened to 6 innings because of rain, and the Cubs pulled off the 3-game sweep of Colorado with a 4-3 win yesterday. The Cubs, Tigers, and the White Sox are all off today. And the new college football rankings, Georgia is still number 1, followed by Michigan, Texas, Ohio State, and Florida State. Notre Dame drops to number 11. With sports, I'm Dave Wolf.
Are you looking to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than our friends at Laser Graphics. They specialize in creating high-quality apparel that's sure to make a statement. With their state-of-the-art embroidery and screen printing machines, they can bring your company logo or design to life on a variety of garments, from all types of apparel, tumblers, awards and trophies, and everything in between. But that's not all. Laser Graphics also creates customized promotional items perfect for giveaways or corporate gifts. Imagine the looks on your clients' faces when they receive a personalized item with your company or event's logo. Laser Graphics' helpful staff will advise you before you buy, making sure you get the highest quality items within your budget. So don't wait any longer to elevate.
Hope everyone is having a great morning, staying busy, having breakfast. You said you went to a diner over the weekend.
Oh, it was so good. Anna's house in Kalamazoo.
Why were the pancakes so good?
I don't know. They just, funny story, connected to that, because my son, my 12-year-old son, Samuel, loves pancakes.
Mm.
He usually likes the crepes that I make him.
Okay.
But this time he got pancakes, and they were fluffy, etc. They were really good. And he tried to make his own Sunday morning.
Mm.
And he mixed up the baking soda and the baking powder.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. He's really good at making pancakes.
He's 12 years old?
But he's 12 years old.
He should know better by
now. I held up the two containers and I said, okay, you used both baking soda and baking powder, right? He's like, yeah. Okay. Which one of these did you use? He said that one, and he only pointed to the baking soda. And so he put like 4.5 teaspoons of baking soda.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was it edible?
No. He and his brother both took one bite, and
yuck.
And then we did the detective work afterwards. But the pancakes were really good. They had a gluten-free option. I chose the regular. I wanted gluten in my pancakes, and it was
You
good.
gotta have the gluten.
I had the gluten.
Even if you have issues with gluten, you gotta fight through the gluten. You gotta like if there's like a supplement, you take that, and then helps you fight through that, because I will say that they have gotten better.
Yeah.
Over the years, a lot of people that make the mixes and stuff for gluten-free.
Yes.
There's so many more options, even as say 10 years ago. There's so many delicious options, because my brother has a wheat intolerance. So he actually just goes for everything that's gluten-free, just to kind of make sure he doesn't have to deal with that stuff.
Right.
And I've made quite a few different things, pancakes and other stuff for him, and it works out pretty well.
Do you use different kinds of flour, like rice flour? Or?
No, usually I just find a gluten-free mix.
Okay.
But I have used some other like tapioca flour or rice flour, different stuff, and it works pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. So we found some what was it, gluten-free noodles for ramen this weekend, and we used that, and they were good. Usually they're kind of chewy, like rubber bands.
Yeah,
but these were actually pretty good.
Yeah, I love a good rice noodle.
Yeah.
Rice noodles are good. Now I'm getting hungry.
That's breakfast.
So if anybody wants to drop off some noodles, even if it's a cup of noodle,
cup of noodle,
I'll take that. Yeah. Classic. Never thought it was a good idea to microwave a styrofoam container and then eat out of it.
It's actually pretty good.
It is. I mean, it is good if you've got, you're just like, oh man, it reminds you of college.
And the peas.
Yeah.
Sometimes they rehydrate, sometimes they don't.
little extra crunch in there. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of cup of noodles. Now the straight up ramen.
Yeah.
I'll get down with that.
Do you have a special secret way of preparation?
No, just not buy the cheap stuff.
Oh,
I don't buy the cheap below the bottom shelf kind of ones.
$1 for the whole carton.
No, there's a company. It's called like Indomie Goreng that they make a solid.
It's called what?
That's the company, Indomie Goreng.
Okay.
And you can get them at some of your local grocery stores.
Okay.
Like in Berrien Springs, like Apple Valley will have it.
Indomie
And then there's
Goreng.
another place, Mabawai. It's a great spot right next to right in Berrien Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. The guy has fantastic food. He makes food there.
Okay.
Fantastic. And then he also has those noodles.
That's where we found the rice flour, the gluten-free ramen noodles.
Yeah.
It was in Berrien Springs.
Yeah.
And they also had tapioca pearls. So we bought some of those to make our own boba tea.
Nice.
And what else did we get? I don't know. Sesame seed crunchy balls.
Okay.
Yeah, those are tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good. All right. Well, we'll get back to the show here before I start
we talk about?
I don't know, all kinds of stuff. There's
Okay.
what do we got left?
We got to talk a little bit more football. I see
Okay.
Taylor Swift is enamored with a Kansas City Chief.
Yep. We'll
this
definitely talk about that.
What's this about the iPhone failing a drop test?
Yeah, we'll talk about that
That's
too.
not happy.
That's all coming up here in a little bit.
All right.
On Wednesday, and then some cooler air follows that. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
If you're watching on our live stream, you can do that on our Facebook and our YouTube. We've been having lots of conversations about all kinds of stuff, including apparently we're hungry this morning.
Yeah.
I think it's because Brett Wachowski dropped off donuts on Friday, so we're like expecting that, or at least our bodies are like, you know what? This is about that same time a couple days ago that we had donuts, so maybe it's time for donuts again. But yeah, we've been talking a lot of food related things, even some horror movies as well. So you get a lot of exclusive content if you watch that.
For
Why
what
are
it's
you
worth.
laughing?
For what it's worth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's exclusive stuff.
It is. I'm still amazed that you're able to pull from your knowledge banks a couple of names of ramen companies.
Yeah. Jocelyn says this to me all the time. She's like, just the random junk that is in your brain.
I mean, I think of ramen. I think, okay, what's the brand? Top Ramen.
Yeah,
that's one. And you had like
Indomingo Ring.
Yeah,
This is
that
a solid one.
I can't even think how you begin to
It
spell
has
that.
more than just like you got to try it. I'll have to bring it in one day.
All right.
It's got, instead of like just the little packet of like the bouillon, basically is what it is, the spices.
Yeah.
It's got spices in compartments. They compartmentalize there. So there's like a little sriracha in there. There's some soy sauce. Then there's
mystery stuff.
Some mystery stuff that mixes in there. And then there's a separate packet that has like some of the dried seasonings. So it's got wet and dry seasonings. You put that in there, makes a delicious meal.
I have had that one. That is good.
But I know some people like crack an egg.
Yes.
Into their ramen. I do not do that.
I do an egg. Sometimes I'll do butter in there. Sometimes I'll put honey in there,
honey.
which I need right now.
Oh yeah, you need some tea, some hot tea. You know, I'm actually speaking of honey, I've been fermenting honey and garlic. I mean, take another, like, as we get into this cold flu season.
Yeah, how's it going?
Right now, it looks great. I've not tried this yet.
Okay,
but Jocelyn can attest to it. She knows all the healing properties and all that stuff. Garlic is great. Garlic is a great healing thing.
I would agree with that. How is it? Is it bubbling?
Oh yeah.
Is it bubbling?
It's bubbling. It's doing all kinds of stuff.
So it's already
man.
fermenting.
It's already there.
Wow.
And the honey, when we put it in there, the honey was like more of a solid.
Okay.
And the heat from the fermenting and all that stuff has like sort of melted the honey.
Wow.
So it's just sitting in there. But I've yet to try the garlic that is in there.
Do you just like spread it over toast? Is that the deal?
You can do that, or you can just take a little dip a spoon in there, take one of the garlic cloves and eat it. Oh yeah, man.
You're gonna smell great.
Oh yeah. I actually read something about where was that? Somewhere I read about the cure for garlic breath, how to get rid of that. I'll find that in just a little bit.
I know how to get the smell of garlic off your hands. So like when you're mincing garlic or you're smashing garlic to get all the oils to mix together and everything. And what you do is you run your hands under water, and then the stainless steel, the back of it, not the sharp part of your knife, just if you rub the stainless steel around on your hands, that'll get the smell of the garlic off.
Is that why they sell
The
like
little stones
that are made of
steel.
stainless steel?
Yeah, apparently it neutralizes it.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, all these little tips and tricks you get from listening to this show.
And they cost you nothing.
Yeah, we talk about news, but we also talk about other life things that are very important.
Right.
I did find the thing about we're eliminating garlic breath. Daily Mail says scientists over at Ohio State University recently discovered that eating natural yogurt can actually neutralize garlic breath.
Do you really trust Ohio State, though?
No, definitely not. I don't trust anything that comes out of there. They found that proteins in whole milk plain yogurt are 99% effective in reducing the odor-producing compounds in garlic, Now, Greek yogurt, which has a higher protein content, is the most effective way to get rid of garlic breath. Researchers they recommend consuming yogurt right after eating garlic. But what about if I make the tzatziki sauce with the garlic and the yogurt? Does that counteract?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. If you have tzatziki sauce and maybe you just have garlic bread and you dip it in the yogurt.
Okay. You
and
call
then
it
eat
tzatziki sauce?
Yeah.
I thought it was tzatziki.
I don't know.
We'll look it up. Tomato.
I don't know the name of ramen, and you do, so so I would trust you.
Trivia when I go to like trivia, I'm always the one that has the random pull them right out of my hat kind of things. Other news, sports related things. I was watching the Bears game yesterday, and I swear I thought I was watching Us Weekly or TMZ because they kept flashing back to someone in the stands.
Oh,
and this was a pretty big deal. And I was really excited about it because I kind of have seen this developing.
Oh dear.
Travis Kelce, who plays tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Him and his brother have a podcast that I really like. And there's been these rumors floating around that he was trying to go on a date with Taylor Swift.
Huh. He was trying to.
He was trying to. Yeah.
So he was a big fan of Taylor Swift.
He's a big fan, big Swiftie. And he's like, I'm single. She's single. Why not make this happen? He tried to give her a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it. He wasn't able to get it to her. But
how did he try to do that?
When he was at the concert, he was like, she takes the friendship bracelet. So he wanted to nonchalantly be like, here, I got you this friendship bracelet. It's got my phone number on it if you want to call me.
That's a bad move.
That's a smooth move, man.
She didn't take it.
She didn't take it. They didn't end up seeing each other. But of course, all of these things in Hollywood, the buzz, all the buzz was this whole entire week. Are they dating? Are they not dating?
He made the bracelet.
Yeah, he did make the bracelet, but he didn't have a chance to get it to her. But there was all these rumors floating around of like, are they dating? Are they dating all week long?
Yeah.
And another smooth move, he said, hey, I've seen you rock Arrowhead Stadium where the Chiefs play for your concert. Why don't you come to one of my games and see me rock Arrowhead Stadium, and we'll see who does better.
Okay.
And as soon as the game started, they go to the Kelsey's mom, who's usually at both of her son's games. She tries to get to as much as possible.
Right.
She's sitting in the luxury box. Who's sitting next to her?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, come on.
And to add to that, not only did Taylor Swift go to the game, she got really excited when Travis Kelce scored a touchdown. She even hung out with him after the game.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, the Hollywood paparazzi and all that are buzzing today.
So they are dating. Do we know this?
They're at least courting.
Okay.
You know, they're hanging out. So I don't know if it's official. I don't know if it's officially official yet.
Okay.
But we'll have to wait and see.
But she's hanging out with the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Before they start dating.
Right.
That's interesting.
So
finding out a little bit more about her son.
Well, and that makes me question too, because they also just announced this the other day about who the halftime performer is going to be for the Super Bowl, and it's going to be Usher.
Oh.
Which
I thought you were going to say Taylor.
I thought it would be. It would make sense, right?
Yeah.
But my guess is, we'll see, because Usher's there, but I'm sure if the Chiefs, if they're still dating, and the Chiefs make it all the way to the Super Bowl again, does she make a special appearance for the halftime show or national anthem or something like that? Does she do that?
She's been blowing out concert arenas and stadiums and everything else for her concert. It's just crazy to miss her for the Super Bowl. I just wonder if the price tag was too high.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Well, because they don't pay you.
No. Oh,
They don't pay you for that.
Oh,
that's right. They literally just say, hey, do you want this? Because we know in the past your sales of your songs go through the roof.
Going to go on the record here and say that's wrong.
I think it's wrong.
I think the Super Bowl should pay for that.
They should give them something.
Yeah. Because people want to tune in for that. It's not like, remember when Prince performed? It's not like he needed additional popularity.
No.
Beyonce? No.
Some of the,
Aerosmith? Beyonce? At least I didn't call her Bounce or whatever.
Oh, yeah. My hope is I don't care who performs this halftime show, but the halftime show, I think it's next year, or the year after, is going to be the game is going to be in San Francisco. And if they drop the ball on this for the second time in the last few years and not have Metallica, who is from San Francisco, play that, then I'll be really upset. So I think they've got a chance. They missed their opportunity last time. A few years ago, they did play the Super Bowl in San Francisco, and everybody was like, okay, why not hometown boys? We'll have Metallica play. Guess not.
I wonder how much demographic research they do before they bring somebody on.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a lot of pop stars lately.
I mean, for NFL and Metallica, do you think the metalheads and...
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be huge.
Okay.
But again, another band that doesn't need help with album sales and music sales. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But if anybody watching the football game yesterday, I watched the Bears game and was, very disappointed in the performance of the Chicago Bears. But I was like, let's see where this Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing goes.
But the Lions won.
The Lions did win. So that was a good thing.
They beat Atlanta 20-6. And then the Tigers, I think they got one over the weekend, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, they beat the Athletics yesterday 2-0. And then they have the day off today.
So a solid sports ball weekend.
There you go.
We've covered more sports ball today than I think we have in the past few weeks.
And can I say,
I'm proud of you, Ken.
Probably in a very professional way.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're like
sports ball.
Once I said Taylor Swift, you're like, all right.
Yeah, now I know what's going on.
Now we need to see what's going on with the buzz here.
Love Taylor Swift.
All right, we'll get to some other things going on this morning, including your Moody on the Market update next. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel next generation Adastrio fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or at astrio.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it, telling you about everything from new businesses popping up, businesses merging, businesses closing, all that stuff. We've got business side of stuff, but we also have a lot of events and things that people should know about in our community. Plus, check out our Moody on the Move series and our awards program, where we're looking right now for new submissions for Bold Women of Business for the class of 2023. So get those nominations in.
Got to get them in by this weekend, right?
Yeah, the first.
Yeah,
that's the deadline. I got a few people I need to nominate for that. So I will be making those nominations, and you can too. Your Moody on the Market update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency, with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. And we got business merger happening.
A merger of two long-established St. Joseph salon/spa operations will bring together two trusted and talented veterans in the beauty industry, each with unique experience in the business going back to 1994. Karine Devoir Mays and Renee Bora have not only shared decades of experience, but also have collaborated and worked side by side previously. In a joint announcement of their business merger, they both underlined their dedication to their craft and their clients and pledged to maintain those standards in the future.
Yeah, Renee says the merger comes at an opportune moment as she has been actively seeking a more visible location for Affinity Salon, currently on Upton Drive in the Edgewater neighborhood. Now, she says Salon Devoir has their well-established 307 Main Street location that offers high visibility and substantial foot traffic. Now, Corrine said it's all about timing. While Renee was looking for a new location, Corrine was feeling ready to ease out of the salon ownership and have more freedom as a freelance designer, allowing her more time to pursue some of her other passions. She's excited to relax and be able to focus more on her own personal craft as a stylist.
And the new combined salon will merge under the Affinity Salon and Spa name.
Okay.
At the 307 Main Street location. You can read that full article at moodyonthemarket.com.
All right. Check that out, along with a lot of other stories as well. Your Moody on the Market update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call them IMS today, your local auto owners agency, with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. We'll catch you up with news, sports, and a whole lot more next. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
Sometimes rates go up a little bit and people want to shop their insurance. As an independent insurance agent, we have multiple carriers so we can shop for our clients.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey of IMS, representing auto owners insurance. All right, folks. That about does it for at least this hour of the live streaming. Thank you all for hanging out with us this morning, talking everything from news to sports to food to horror to Hollywood gossip. We got it all here today. I think we checked all the boxes today for sure.
Let's see. We got space.
Yeah, we did space
we
too.
Had space
Science
in there too. Yeah.
Science research.
I do wonder what they're going to find when they pull that thing open.
Yeah, I do want to see that. So hopefully,
what if it's just like a mess? It's just like a mess of mud because it's an asteroid. It's
Yeah, it could just be dust from that it picked up from other places because asteroids, just like anything that's traveling through some distance, they're going to pick up random things.
Yeah, or it could have a little note in it that says, "We're watching you."
Right.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's like somebody's phone. Like some alien was just walking around with their phone and they dropped their phone.
Can't get into it.
They dropped their phone in an asteroid outhouse and they're like, no, I'm not going to go get that.
Oh.
And then that's what it ends up being.
Yikes.
So we shall see. I'm sure NASA, my guess is they'll live stream it because they always they have a pretty solid social media game.
Yeah.
So I would think they'd live stream it somehow or
yeah.
Maybe not. If I were to suggest to the folks that do public relations for NASA, let's do a tape delay.
Make sure it's safe.
Make it be like a few minute delay and be like, yeah, we're live streaming. But just in case something bad happens,
yeah,
you might not want to put that out there because that would be a PR nightmare if all of a sudden it's like, yeah, aliens attacked all because we decided to open up this canister of
big
random dust.
Puff of smoke, and then it's just that's it.
Yeah. So
that's it.
We'll keep our eye on that and other things as well. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you again here tomorrow. All right. Bye now.